Ladies, gentlemen, and young ladies, good evening, everyone. You are welcome to this news geopolitical conference dedicated to international news. In the headlines of world news, we have an American media that has just made a big revelation. And this revelation does not leave at all quiet Washington. Israel, that was already panicked for a few days. Israel can't believe it. So the revelation is about the content cargo ships that landed all recently on the Iranian side. Cargo ships, Russians who came. We learned that it was military equipment that were inside, but we didn't know not what was really at the interior. What type was it? Military equipment? This American media called National Interest reveals a good part of the contents of these cargoes. And when this media reveals content, Americans and the Israelis realized that these are S-400 defense systems that Russia offered in significant numbers to Iran. Anything that creates panic, because the S-400 air defense systems are of a technology modern that does not say its name. So it builds capacity Iran's military in more than one way. And so within the framework of this geopolitical conference, it is from this news that we are going to talk about. But before continuing our conference, I ask you to share the conference maximum in all groups possible. Put a lot of likes and don't forget to leave your different opinions in the comments. Let's go deep. So according to the American magazine National Interest, Vladimir Putin has offered several defense systems anti-aircraft S-400 to Iran, which marks a major escalation in the context of the military cooperation between Iran and Russia, because it's a first, because we must already see the importance of these S-400s. There were rumors that had circulated very recently, which made believe that Russia was lacking S-400 systems at the border, at the level of the Ukrainian front, and that even Russia had asked Syria to resell, which Russia itself had sold to Syria a long time ago, a few years. But all that was fake. If Russia is lacking, how can it be? Can Russia offer Iran some? What if you have been able to see the attacks, massive attacks that Ukraine has carried out the day before yesterday, and yesterday on the Russian side, all the drones that came were intercepted and shot down. They couldn't do anything. They could not penetrate. On the other hand, the Belgium, we spoke all about the time. There is obviously only on the Belgian side. We noted that the drones came in, and then there, quietly, the drones were could not be arrested, because the defense systems that this country has, in particular NATO countries have, are not effective like the SS-400s. So it must be said that the S-400 are modern high technology. And the transfer of these high quality weapons technology obviously says a lot, because the S-400 is considered the flagship of Russian air defense, which is capable of shooting down any drone or aircraft missile. That is to say, whether it is planes, drones, or missiles, the S-400 can take them down, no problem. While the West, NATO, and the European Union has radars elders who are unable to slaughter. So that's for putting on a belt security around Iran, because obviously you are not without the know. America and Israel prepare to bombard heavily Iran. Currently, the doors of dialogue are closed. Donald Trump has decided to move to another speed, and this speed will be what? The force, the use of the force. And Netanyahu had announced everything recently, that they agreed with America to strike Iran again, since he notes that Iran is developing its program nuclear. Now, Iran has even announced that they continue on the development of their nuclear program. So the strike of conflict is brewing, and it is during this time that Russia comes to Iran's aid. It must also be said that then the S-400 are able to beat drones, to shoot down drones, planes, and everything which is at a distance of 400 kilometers, a high distance of 400 kilometers. So this offer places Iran among the powers with shields advanced strategic. This gift allows Iran to have a highly advanced strategic shield. So this all goes into the fact that, and with these systems, Iran is equipping itself of a regional deterrent capacity, which upsets the balance regional on the Middle and Near Side East. Now, Iran can feel really safe. That means even if Israel triggered a new war, Israel can launch its missiles. Iran will only suppress. Already, Iran had defense systems very effective since we saw them during the 12-day war. They launched missiles, they launched a lot of equipment, but that Iran has always managed to stop and neutralize. But with the S-400s, which have just been added, the capacities nuclear, the capabilities of deterrence, I was going to say, of Iran moved to another level. So this, what must be said, is that the Russian-Iranian alliance is in the process of to institutionalize. So cooperation between the two is already consolidated. Knows very well that Iran has provided Shahed combat drones at the Russia and even giving the provost of building Shahed drones. But finally, after that, it's the S-400s that arrive and we have radar systems. Su-35 fighter jets that Russia had to give to Iran, and in the end, it's the S-400s. So where there is gradually moving towards a military bloc integrated. That is to say, the partnership between Iran and Russia exceeds the simple defense now. It's not just for defense anymore. It prefigures an alliance anti-Western strategic. That is to say, both are in the process to set up a real bloc anti-Western. This is what it is doing mean. So it's a challenge that is launched to NATO since by delivering the S-400s to a state placed under sanction American, Putin directly challenges Washington while offering Tehran a humoral almost total. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is so that was the headline news worldwide. Please share it with Maximum. I'll get back to you later. With new information, it was the voice of your humble servant, Samurai.